Let's see if we can get situated here. Get started with this testimony, this series of events that we're going through here. Well, first off, my name is Kevin Amerson. Simply here this evening to take this opportunity to let people know what's going on, at least in my life. The intent is for it to be a testimony, obviously. My faith as a Christian man. I've been a Christian for, oh golly, I was 11 years old when I accepted the Lord as my Savior. So, through the years, there's been challenges, there's been trials, there's been tribulations, and here we are facing another one. None other than simply Jesus in relationship to the diagnosis that people have placed upon me. Tifton Regional Medical Center, diagnosis of cancer. And just to give you a little bit of a situation, a little bit of a background, everything was fine, going normal. Of course, I delivered the enclosed cargo trailers for the company for my son and his wife. And everything's just fine as far as, day-to-day activities. I mean, I get tired. That's just part of the course. We're all doing all we can do and being all we can be to get the work done, accomplish what we need to accomplish. But I was on my way down to Florida. It's probably been about 5 weeks ago now. And man, all of a sudden, right in the center portion of my back, in between my shoulder blades, was just, it's literally a piercing pain. It's just excruciatingly painful. And of course, I called James up and told him what was going on. I was able to make the delivery. After I made the delivery, I didn't make it any further. I wound up just kind of sitting in the truck. At that particular point in time, I did go ahead and make it to the First Help Center there in the Tampa area. James found a location for me, told me where it was at, so I went over and they examined me. Wanted to do some blood work. Unfortunately, because of the time frame, they didn't do blood work in-house. So we had to take and, I would have to go outside a different resources, sort of, can't even remember the name of the facility right now. But anyway, they closed at 3:30, and it was 3:40. So that was pretty plain. The only option I knew at that point was to go back into Georgia to Willacoochee. And I needed to get a primary care physician anyway. I had not done that, so I took liberty to do that. I wound up getting to see him on a Monday, the upcoming Monday. And he examined me, and at this point in time, what had happened is I had actually developed, actually this is a week later from my initial visitation with him, my legs, I just got to where I couldn't walk. Well, I could walk too. I call myself a weebler wobbler, I guess. I couldn't walk with any strength in terms of within my muscles. I would have to, of course, use walls and things like that to give me some guidance and directions, but I didn't fall down. But extremely weak, like as in my muscles were non-existent in both of my legs. And that was real apparent on a Friday that had come up. And then, because I also had another delivery in Florida, as ironic as it may be. So I made that delivery and made it back to Georgia. And come Tuesday morning, I experienced a different sensation. And this particular sensation was a numbness from my chest area all the way down to my feet. And at this point in time, I tried to get a hold of my physician, but he was unavailable. He was out of town, and I wouldn't be able to see him still yet for another week, which we had already predetermined or preset an appointment for. So I went ahead and took just liberty. I say took liberty. I had to wait for him. It was either that or go to the emergency room, and I didn't feel so bad. I could get around. It was very uncomfortable, and it wasn't real easy, but I could still sort of get the job done. And I hate to be a bother on people. So anyway, when he returned, and I returned, he seen my situation. He wanted me to go through to a neurologist. The receptionist tried to find a neurologist. The nearest one, the soonest one that could see me was still out another 3 weeks. And so at that point I just knew I had no option. I was going to have to go to the emergency room. So I went to the emergency room in Tifton, and they were very, just awesome people, super, very proactive, very generous, very courteous, very kind. And they started doing a test on my back, some kind of PET scan or CT scan or MRI or something. And anyway, they seen this area right there between my lung and my spinal column and spinal cord. And of course, long story short, they kind of came to the place to where, I don't know if it was like they were looking for a pinched nerve or what exactly, but the conclusion was that there was pressure on my spinal cord, and they needed to alleviate that. And the decisions that was made through the various testing that they did was that they was going to do radiation therapy on me, on my back, right there in the center. And there was going to be 10 sessions, and I didn't know any different. I thought it would just be day after day, and then once I finished the 10, then I would be able to come home. But apparently there was a rest period, needed in between. And of course, we had the holidays, so we had Christmas and we had New Year's in there as well. So from, I think I was admitted on the 21st of December, and that carried me through until I was able to leave on that Tuesday when I received that last test. I don't remember the date right off the bat. But anyway, I was thankful to get out. Like I say, the people were awesome, the physicians were great, etc., etc. And of course now at this point, with me being discharged from Tifton, James has already, him and Jennifer and other people have been great. And excuse me. They were able to move me from Willacoochee to an apartment in Tampa. And man, just my whole life was changed. And beautiful apartment. Nice and clean. Don't smoke anymore. So that's kind of helped, which is a good thing. I don't miss it. But kids got me moved in and had me groceries and it was just all beautiful. It was all beautiful. So, and I use that and I say that as a testimony for the care that they have and the compassion and how much I appreciate what they've done for me. Goodness gracious, little potholes I call them sometimes for these emotions. It's just phases, I guess, I have to go through coping and dealing with things and processing whatever information that we obtain. And the application of our faith and what we believe in and what we're trusting the Lord to do on our behalf, and etc. I have been going to the Moffitt Center now for 2 weeks, I guess. James has been faithful to carry me. On each of my occurrences, I've met several physicians. They've done additional testing, MRI testing, brain scan testing. I have a test tomorrow morning, scheduled right now for 8:30, which is a biopsy. They want to do an additional biopsy on the lung or in the lung. I guess to further conclude their diagnosis, because the previous diagnosis was determined by, I think they call it like a spew test or something like that, which is basically where I just spit in the cup. And they determined from that there was cancerous cells present. So I have the biopsy tomorrow, and I'll find out the results of that, and I'll be able to report that to you. Other than that, I can tell you that